Well, greetings, fellow stargazers. I wanted to bring you something new that we're trying to do with the channel and kind of gauging whether or not you like it. Do you want us to do more of it? We're going to kind of branch out the same way we did with Dad's Over Internet Protocol, which more of that will be coming. More of regular night blog is on its way too. We've been kind of workshopping some ideas to branch out and be able to focus more on the night blog proper itself, being the games and the discussions and the lists, and then we can kind of branch out and do our different gaming and entertainment topics on different styles of playlists and other things. Not to say that some might not merge into others, and depending on whether or not Vlad can stay on topic. If I ever meet the guy, I'll let you know. But I wanted to try something music-related, and my friend and I, he's a gamer as well, I went to Berklee College of Music to study music for video games. He went to Berklee College of Music as well to study music theory. We've been playing music together for years and years and years, professionally, semi-professionally, absolutely pure hobbyist, I guess. It kind of goes through every facet. We've done it in every form. We've played in the studio professionally. We've been on a bunch of releases with that. He helps me with music I write for commercials here locally, producing music all over the place. But making music for video games is a passion of mine. And it's definitely a passion of his that, you know, we both kind of tapped into together. So we decided to make something we're calling Second Chance Soundtrack. And with this, our goal is to either create music for games that don't have it for, you know, certain characters or different aspects of it, or we're going to pay kind of homage and respect to the things we think have the best soundtracks. And we're going to create kind of either our own versions of it or we're going to cover it, you know? So we wanted to kind of give you a look at what that might look like. The first thing we wanted to tackle was something we've been playing a lot lately, and I say that everybody's been playing it a lot. I mean, basically, eventually it's going to be like Skyrim. It'll be on your toaster. Fortnite is everywhere. If you want to play some Fork Knife, then you can just walk down the street and say, who wants to play Fork Knife? And the person who responds, you know that that's the other person that is also ready to play it right now at this moment, or is playing it on their phone. But playing it, I realized there's one thing I always do. And because I'm so obsessed with music for video games and like placing it in places where it doesn't belong according to the person who composed it or scored it, I feel like sometimes there needs to be either more or a different kind of music. And in Fortnite, that's when you're diving out of the bus and you're on your way down. It's a missed opportunity, and I say that because I listen to Spotify on my PS4 when I play games. I make my own soundtracks to things. Usually I don't have to. The people that make music for video games nowadays are phenomenal. They're great. They make me feel super inferior, and then that's the best thing in life, right? Is just feel crappy about things that you do because other people do it better. And so while you're diving down, there was one of these times, the first time I made a big dive in Fortnite, I was listening to, on Spotify, and it was that, what song? 1966, man. That, you know, starts playing, and it was perfect. It was like Borderlands. You know, you're flying down, and all of a sudden you get this new feeling, and you land, and I turn off the music, and like, oh, well, now it's almost like jarring. Like the second you hit the ground, it's almost like a party. You're gonna land, you're like, yeah, and then you hit the ground, you're like, crap. Like I'm probably gonna die if it's not that impending storm. Then I think it might be the people chasing me. So we decided to kind of take, the best way I thought to go about this was to give it some sort of identifier, right? Because Fortnite is all about how do you identify yourself as kind of a unique player in this group of 100 people every time you drop. And then, you know, there's costumes, and there are emotes, and there are decals, and there are all these different things you can do. So we thought it's something to give a little more value even because these things are so expensive when you go and buy them in the store, and they nickel and dime you like crazy. These kids that are making jokes and spending a bunch of money on their parents, it doesn't take them long. So we thought, why don't we take the rare ones and we'll add kind of music to it so while you're falling, there's this kind of ownership and excitement to that glider that you bought or the falling animation. So we just took a couple. And I want to see what you think here. And I'm just going to play them. The idea behind them is kind of trying to match the art style and give them a sort of musical feel to it and see how that goes. So we sat down, we got in the studio, and we started rocking out to the first one. This one even got flames coming out of the back, and so we were like, oh, let's just get down and dirty and dig into it. And then the other one's the sugar glider. So you get this thing out, and it's got like candy and stuff. And you're like, oh, that's cute. I feel like kind of a music boxy little silliness to it, a little light like choir in the background. And we're thinking, oh, that could be nice. And then you land, and you're immediately shooting someone in the face. And then there's that contradiction between the two. You have the falling animation, and then you have the glider. And those two things can be vastly different. So we're like, why does the music reflect that? And then we jump it back and forth. It's kind of funny. And then we did another one where you get the spaceship, and we're like, oh, there's a way to make this actually kind of cool, where you get this really awesome glider that maybe costs you like $12, and let's add some more value to it and actually make it kind of epic. So that was the idea behind that one. So why don't you just kind of watch them in action? Let me know what you think of Second Chance Soundtrack. Like, subscribe, give us feedback. We're going to be doing more. And depending on how it's received, we'll do it a lot. If it's not, we'll just do it for fun and we won't tell you about it.